The Scottish Referees Union has condemned the questioning of officials' integrity following Derby controversy. Welcome back to the channel. We're here to talk about this because, by God, have we not talked about it enough? They've labelled it as speculation surrounding the future appointments of referees is deeply unhelpful. End of quote. And you know what, right? I've talked about this enough over the past week, so I'm not going to just dive into it again, right? But at the end of the day, I think you live in a pretty bad world if you can't question someone's job if they're doing it incredibly badly. And that goes for it. You know, we've seen in the past where Celtic essentially got a referee strike organised, and we've seen referees be hit with coins and all that craziness. You know, remember that old firm? In here, yeah, there's been games where Rangers fans have threw stuff at referees. Here, there's been fucking every match under the sun, stuff has been threw at referees, especially in the past. You don't really see it much now, right? And no one's condoning that. Absolutely not. So, not one club can take the high ground on this, but the problem is the referees are mince, and it needs to be called out. It has got called out, and Rangers are being treated, and there's almost an attempt to drag Rangers through the mud. But we've seen with the SNP, who, you know, are absolute mincemeat in political terms. They're shite, but for some reason they're backing Rangers. Are they trying to get Rangers fans' votes for the upcoming, if they ever get it again, the independence rally? Who knows? Is that seriously the ploy they're trying? Well, I mean, we're not here to talk about that anyway. But anyway, the SNP have called for a bit more transparency when it comes to the referee. So it's not just Rangers. There's a load of people calling for this. And I think the referees have honestly took it thick. But let's move into some transfer news. Now, I did put this out a couple of days ago. I said, looks like Rudfin Yilmaz away to Italy. Use the money and sign Shankland. We've got a few comments. Let's just read them. John Finlay says, get the deal done. David Prosser says, I know Rudfan was injury prone, but I still liked him as a player. I wish him all the best in the rest of his career. Absolutely, but for me, that's the problem. You know, he is injury prone. And when someone's injury prone, you just can't really build around them, can you? And I'm not saying you build around your left back anyway, but it's like Kamara Roof. You can't build around him because he's never there. Rudfan's not as bad as Roof, but at the end of the day, I'd say he's going there. And then Gail Tomlinson says, get Shankland ASAP. But, I mean, as much as we want to talk about Lawrence Shankland, where is the mentions of Lawrence Shankland? There is no mention of Lawrence Shankland. And as of today, Josh Doid's look like it's no happening. But if we lose Yilmaz, right, I think the only reason it makes sense us losing Yilmaz if we bring in Deutsch. But now Yilmaz is on the verge of that switch to Serie A side, Verona, which of course Deutsch plays for, and it looks like Deutsch isn't even coming our way. Now we've been linked with a Dutch left back called Gjis Smal, right? Gjis, fucking whatever, man, whatever you want to pronounce this guy's name. Now, this guy looks like the far cheaper option, but Rangers, again, I'm not that bothered about spending money on a left back, but that would be if you just kept Yilmaz and Barisic. But, you know, it would just seem incredibly weird that we were spending all our money on a left back, right? That we don't necessarily need to sell, and therefore we don't necessarily need to replace. I mean, we need a strike. We need Lawrence Shankland, man. I don't want to repeat myself into the ground, but I mean, how can it not be Lawrence Shankland? Lawrence Shankland needs brought in. He's the bread and butter. He knows the league. He'll score millions and millions of goals for Rangers if he comes in. And the problem, you know, the problem is an absolute disaster. An absolute freaking disaster. It really, really, really is. I've just seen the Miami Alien. Does it look like CGI? I mean, come on. There's no way that hangs on the fucking planet. What's that all about? We've got a live reaction to me seeing an alien. Not a chance. Is that real? Hold on here. No. It's not CGI, man. It's over. It's fake. Aye. There's people. We've already seen that in 2020 back in Brazil. Well, I thought I'd seen that before. Anyway, message to Rangers. Forget about 10-foot aliens in the Epstein list. Get our own list out. Get Shag on.